Today, I want to show you why trying to manage life quietly disconnects you from the intelligence that could actually guide you through it, and how learning to meet life again becomes one of the most important shifts to creating a life that feels alive instead of effortful. Because when you stop trying to control how everything should unfold and start meeting life as it appears, something surprising happens. Your body settles into the present, and energy that once went into bracing and overthinking becomes available again. Your instincts begin to speak more clearly, and moments that once felt like problems begin revealing possibilities. Instead of seeing the world as a series of tasks that needs to be managed, you begin experiencing it as a series of encounters. Life starts meeting you. Dreams that once felt unrealistic begin to feel possible again because they are no longer edited by fear. Your energy begins expressing itself naturally instead of being used to hold everything together. What once looked like chaos begins revealing a quiet beauty, and slowly you realize something remarkable. Life is not something that you need to force into the right shape. It is something that begins creating through you when you meet it fully. And the most beautiful part is this: this is not something you need to learn. Your system already knows how to live this way. It is simply a matter of loosening the pressure to manage life so the conversation between you and life can start again. So in this video, I will show you the 3 key elements that allow you to meet life again and begin expressing the creative intelligence that is already moving through you. The most important thing that restores your connection with life is stop living life the right way. Life isn't something to figure out. It is something that you meet. Because when life is reduced to something you must understand or manage, you end up living inside your own mind, where everything is explained logically, but nothing is truly experienced. Life doesn't become alive through certainty. It becomes alive through discovering it again. So how do you stop losing connection with life? You cannot feel truly alive when you are busy trying to manage life instead of meeting it. Most people don't lose their direction. They lose the rhythm that makes life feel alive. At some point, you start treating yourself as a problem to manage instead of an instrument that can tune itself to what is actually happening. So part of you tightens to stay in control, while another part quietly longs for something more alive, both trying to protect what feels familiar instead of stepping into what is unfolding now. It is not that life has lost its spark. It is that you have stepped out of the experience to manage it. You begin living next to your life, not really inside it. But the moment you return to what is actually happening, something shifts. You start noticing small signals again: a sensation, a curiosity, a simple thread of aliveness. Meeting life again reveals a simple truth: connection does not come from controlling life. It comes from entering the moment where life is already moving. And there's only one place where that meeting can happen: the present moment. But it does not matter if you stop trying to make life make sense, if you are still approaching life as something that you need to manage. Because when you approach life as a strategy, you cannot feel the aliveness that only discovery creates. Life only begins opening when you can stay present while everything else still feels unfamiliar. The moment you tense up, brace, or pull back, you are not failing. Your nervous system is simply reaching for the old pattern that it once used to stay safe. It happens quickly. You tighten and you lose contact with the moment. But when you pause instead of control, when you stay present instead of protect, something begins to shift. What once felt chaotic begins moving like a rhythm. It is the moment where your body realizes it is finally safe to stay open and to meet life as you truly are. So when you stay connected to life in this way, you begin to realize something important. Safety is not the absence of challenge. It is the ability to stay open while life is moving through you. Tension does not mean something is wrong. Often it means something inside you is waking up. But most people tighten around that moment, bracing out of habit, instead of responding to what is actually happening. We brace without realizing it, and that is when we lose contact with life. Meeting life again gently rewires that instinct. It teaches your body how to soften, your mind how to stay curious, and your heart how to remain open long enough for life to reveal what is emerging. Because creation itself is rarely calm. A seed only grows when its shell cracks. New life enters the world through pressure. Life does not stop because tension appears. It moves through it. And the moment the body softens instead of resisting, something shifts. You stop trying to construct life from the outside and you begin allowing it to grow from the inside. And when that safety returns, the natural flow of life returns as well. You begin moving with what is happening instead of forcing your way through it. The way a river finds its path through a landscape. Now, here's the part most people never realize. Most people don't lose their potential. They stop feeling their own life. On paper, everything still works. You are doing the right things, holding things together, keep life running. But inside, something has gone quiet. It starts to feel like you're a spectator, watching someone else live your life. You wake up, you move through the day, you handle what needs to be handled. And yet, something in your chest feels strangely absent. You are not failing, you are bracing. And when you brace long enough, something subtle happens. Life stops responding, not because life has disappeared, but because you have closed the door to be impacted by it. What you were feeling was not the end of possibility, it was the exhaustion of trying to manage a life that you are no longer fully inside of. Meeting life again reveals a deeper truth. Fulfillment is not something you achieve once everything is under control. It begins the moment you unclench and allow life to meet you again. And when that happens, life stops being a project you are trying to hold together and starts becoming a conversation you are finally a part of again. So, how do you stop repeating the same patterns and begin living a life that feels alive again? You stop trying to manage life from the outside and start creating inside the moment. You stop holding your breath, waiting for the future to finally make sense, and you begin participating in what is already unfolding right here, because life moves like a rhythm. But when you are stuck in management mode, you are always trying to stay one step ahead of it. The moment you choose creation instead of control, something in your body loosens. The rhythm becomes visible again. And suddenly, everything feels different. You stop chasing a perfect future and start inhabiting the life that is already here. The small moments, a conversation, a walk, a quiet pause begin opening the space of aliveness again. Life becomes your studio. Every moment becomes a place where something new can emerge. Life stops being something you hold together and it becomes something that is moving with you. So now that you've discovered the elements that bring you back into meeting life again, you can go back and watch this video once more. This time noticing where you might still be managing life instead of participating in it. But here's something I've learned. Even the most self-aware people often have blind spots they simply cannot see on their own. If you want to explore this more deeply, you can book a private connection call with me. We look at where you are right now and see what might be ready to shift or open in your life. Or you can watch the full journey overview below to understand how the Creatrix process unfolds step by step. Take your time, and when it feels right, begin.